Hi, we got what is your last name?
Todd McGovern.
Okay. We have Todd McGovern with GCA, the governing body for mixed martial arts. Um, Todd, can you tell me a little bit about your background bringing you into MMA?
I was a boxer, wrestler. Um, Started getting involved with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu with Lynx Academy. Ended up getting my blue belt from Luis Polaris, who is under Hickson Gracie. And then I got my purple belt under Pedro Sauer. And I was helping a fighter by the name of Josh Miller, who's a pro now. I was cornering him years ago at Cage Fest, okay? And I saw these officials sitting around. I said, you know what? That would be a great job. So I went and got certified and been doing this ever since. I got my professional card. I referee professional fights now. And now I'm actually certifying uh, the professional referees up in Richmond.
Great, great. Now we were talking earlier, and you said that you've done UFC, Strike Force,
M1,
M1.
right.
In judging those fights compared to our amateur fights, do you see the level of fighters that we have here coming up to meet the UFC type and the M1 type styles?
Actually, most your UFC and M1 fighters and Strike Force and all the other promotions, this is exactly how they started. And like Mac and Summarizer, he actually started at Cage Fest. Brandon Vera, all them, Jeff Curran, all of them come up right through the ranks here. As a Virginia ref, I truly believe that pound for pound, Virginia has the best fighters. And the reason why I say that is Virginia MMA is MMA rules. You go to Pennsylvania, you go to New Jersey, you can't hit in the head, you can't do this. So when the amateurs finally go to pro, they're not used to that hitting.
Right.
Our amateurs, we're full MMA here, and I hope it stays that way because then the amateurs that go to pro, they're already acclimated to getting hit.
Definitely, definitely. Now, in the much times that I've seen you give the fighting rules and regulations,
Right.
there's a certain phrase that you
Yeah.
always give the fighters that I love.
We're here for two reasons and two reasons only: to protect the fighter and protect the sport. The promoter wants to put rear ends in the seat and make money. The fighters want to go in there and kill each other. The crowd actually wants to see a lot of blood. The only reason why we're here is to protect the fighter and protect the sport.
Well, Todd, as far as our MMA that we have here in Virginia, our caliber is pretty strong. Um, with the fighters, the caliber of the fighters that we have here, um, is it more a thing looking out for the illegal strikes or different things like that that keeps the referees running, or is it more technical things?
There's a combination. To be a good ref, I recommend you at least be a blue belt in jiu-jitsu because there's a lot of ground fighting. I've seen referees that were boxing referees, and the guy's on his back, and he's shooting for arm bars, triangles. The referee actually stands him up, not knowing.
Right, not knowing
So
that you.
yes, we're looking for submissions. We're looking for movement. You have to stand the guy up. If one guy's a ground fighter, one guy's a stand-up guy, the worst thing you could ever do to the ground guy is stand him up.
Exactly.
So, with that said, I'm basically looking at both of their eyes too, because a lot of guys are fighting out of their heart and pure adrenaline. They don't care about their body. Half of them, you could have a broken arm and you don't know it. So I'm actually watching for their best interest. And a
Definitely.
lot of times they're pissed off at me.
Oh yeah.
Why'd you stop the fight, ref? Well, because your foot's facing that way.
Yeah. We got
Or
one
your
eye
lips
looking.
hanging down to your waist.
Let's put that eyeball back in.
Speaking of, yes,
Yes. You remember?
I will not let a fight go where there's a cut in the eye. I had one fight, the guy got cut right here, and it was dangling down, and I saw something white like a piece of paper, and it was actually his eyeball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
any cuts
It's-
around the eye, it's timeout, it's look, take it to the doctor. Fight's over. It's over.
Great, great. Well, is anything else that you'd like to let the U.S. Combat Sports know about our competition here in Virginia?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. There is a lot of good fighters. If I was a fight manager, I would make it to Virginia and I'd make it to a lot of these promotions around here because we've got some skilled fighters. This isn't your backyard, hey, I want to go Mr. Independent. Now, there is some independents just for the simple fact is they can't afford a school. Schools can be expensive in this with the economy. But these guys are coming in as independent with jiu-jitsu ground skills, with Muay Thai, with boxing, with grappling. A lot of ex-wrestlers in high school. They're coming in here, they're putting a little bit of jiu-jitsu to it, a lot of ground and pound, and these guys are coming in ripped. You don't have these beer bellies anymore. These guys are totally ripped coming in here. And, when I first started, it was kind of like, oh boy, this one's going to be done in 2 seconds. Now, it's some ground and pound going on.
Definitely.
So, to bring it back, the state of Virginia, we have a lot of people from North Carolina coming in. West Virginia is starting MMA first of the year, January. It's legal now. So the Mid-Atlantic is exploding. It used to be all out in Vegas and California and Puerto Rico. It's right here now, Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, great, great. And with GCA, how long have we been sanctioning fights?
About 10 years. MMA Institute, Rick McCoy had started up this Global Combat Alliance. He totally believes in, sanctioning good, clean fights, not your backyard, throw it together. We want to protect the sport. There's a lot of people in Congress, they don't want this. They think it's human cockfighting, but I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of strict rules, and my personal belief is this is safer than boxing, because boxing, you can take a hit, you don't see a lot of damage, but as you see our pro fighters, Muhammad Ali, Holmes, they can't talk. A lot of people say, boy, they can't talk. No, they used to be able to talk fine. It's their brain that's rattled. We don't rattle brains here. We might do a little bit of cutting, a little arm bar here, but no one's finding, you're not getting the concussions.
Right.
So about 10 years with GCA. There is a couple other sanctioning bodies, but I would not go to a promotion that does not have a sanctioning body that's legit, because you're just asking for a lot of trouble, backyard brawls.
Yeah, I've done fights down in Alabama where it's not sanctioned and it goes crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
It goes crazy. I seen a guy get knocked out at the bell and they revived him and sent him back in.
Yeah.
That doesn't ever happen here. I've seen you officiate fights and you're always looking out for the best of the fighter at all times.
And I'm not trying to stop it early because these guys train hard.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to adjust with the athletes. Back in the day, a few years ago, a guy would get knocked out, flash knocked out, it was done, fight was over. Well, these guys are athletes. They're getting knocked out and they're coming right back. So I've actually learned to step back a foot, and they come back too, and they're totally coherent. So, we let the fights go a little bit longer because of their athletic ability.
Exactly. With GCA and being the sanctioning body here, how many fights would you say go on per year, on an average?
Promotions?
Promotions.
Okay. I would say at least 30.
Yeah,
30 a year.
I think last year we did almost like 46 fights.
No, it could have been.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing an average guess, maybe 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And each one of those events have anywhere from 13 to 18 fights. Like tonight, I think we got 19 fights on the card. I'm going to be probably reffing them all tonight, which is fine. I stay so focused, I don't worry about getting tired. Tomorrow, I'm going to be tired.
Yeah, you'll pay it.
And a lot of people think, oh wow, you get front row seat. I do, but at the end, I don't know who won.
Right.
Because I'm just worried about what's this guy looking like, and the ref or the fighters come to me, ref, who did you think won? And I was like, I don't even remember. All I know is you didn't have a foul, he didn't have a foul, you were okay, and you were okay.
All right, I got another question, and has nothing to do with none of our events. The fight between Anderson Silva and Yushi Okami.
Hmm.
What's your prediction?
Anderson.
Yes, thank you very much.
I've been wrong before though.
Yeah, yeah. I've had that thing with the guys that I network with in Team Quest,
Okay.
Scott McKendry and them, and he was like, Dana said Yoshi's the best pound for pound fighter. I said the only reason why that is because he wants to fire Anderson.
Right.
And when I laughed at the conference, they were like, "What are you laughing about?" I said, "Did Yoshi say it?"
Yeah.
No, Dana said it. That's why it's funny.
Right. Well, I have one recommendation for future fighters, and it's just no different than a professional football player, baseball player. Only the elite make it to the top. And how you become the elite is you can't be a beer drinker, smoker, and then take 6 weeks off to train and expect to go anywhere. This has to be a lifestyle. This isn't one of those things, I think I'm going to start fighting. You actually
Right.
have to commit 7 days a week with your diet, with your health, with your cardio, with your fighting skills. Um, a lot of people think it's just go in there ground and pound. This is a thinking man's sport. These
Definitely.
guys are playing chess with each other. If I give you this leg, I'm going to take this arm. No different than chess.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah, and then the fighters that we have here, the caliber. Over the years, like you said, I seen the caliber growing, and just the talent that they have, the some of the drive. Yeah, at the beginning, yeah, we did have some of them heavy guys come in,
yeah,
and the guys that do the ball brawls. I can do that.
sure.
But now they're not existent,
Right.
and like you said before, the independents, they drive so hard and on a regular basis, and it is a lifestyle.
Well, and the independents are at a disadvantage unless they are total athletes, unless they have a neighbor or a good friend or somebody that's actually skilled in jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or boxing or any kind of combat. They're at a disadvantage because schools around Virginia know that what MMA is about, and that's how they teach their sport.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. Well, Todd, thank you very
all
much.
right.
I appreciate your time.
Thanks for you.